Hello, Holistic Chamber of Commerce family. Welcome to today's member spotlight. I have with me Shannon Stallings, and she's going to talk about how to get emotionally unstuck. A little bit about Shannon before she gets started. She's an integrative health practitioner, a neuro-linguistic programming coach, a practitioner of that's like a tongue twister, neuro-linguistic programming, a master practitioner of hypnosis, a practitioner of mental and emotional release, a breath work facilitator, somatic healing coach. She had like a laundry list of things about her. So she knows her stuff. Welcome, Shannon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here today, Laura. Thank you.
Let's talk about this emotionally unstuck. Tell us a little bit about what you're seeing when it comes to, like, what does this look like?
So what happens is we go through past experiences or past traumas or PTSD, and things can be held in the body and also can be held in your unconscious mind. And that's how I set myself apart from a lot of other life coaches. Everybody has a purpose in what they strive in to do. And so my life coaching is really doing a deep dive, taking neurologistic programming and mental emotional release and rewiring the subconscious mind so you can release those negative emotions and limiting beliefs that are being held in our subconscious and in our body. So it's more of a rewiring your brain and working with the body. So it's twofold.
How does this show up for people? And the reason why I'm going here is because we hear this all the time, like, are you emotionally stuck? But a lot of people may not know that, like, they are. So what does this look like? Some behavior, some symptoms.
Yeah. So if you're not able to follow a schedule or a routine, or you're not able to get from A to Z with a clear path or a clear channel, then you know that there's stuff that's being stuck. Because what happens is there's imprinting from birth to age 7 that causes trauma and causes you to do old patterns or old habits that keep us in a stuck state. So if you set all of these goals and you have these big dreams and you're not able to get to the baby steps, then there's something wrong. Then there's something in the subconscious mind that needs to be rewired. And we have to do a deep dive using NLP and mental emotional release to find the root cause of whatever negative emotion that you're holding on to or limiting beliefs such as I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not worthy. So once we clear out that root cause and release all the baggage, then you're able to get to A to Z so much quicker.
You have so many tools in your toolbox. I'm like stumbling over the neuro-linguistic.
Yeah.
So some of these are tools, but it seems like some of what you do is exactly that. It can help people get down to the root cause. You touched on what sets you like apart from other life coaches, but can you talk a little bit about like all of these different tools that you've accumulated?
Sure. So I think another important thing about why I set myself apart is because I've been there. So I've had past experiences, I've had PTSD, depression, and anxiety, and that's what started me on this healing path and journey. So when I'm coaching with my clients, I'm more relatable because I've been there. And so my very first breakthrough session using mental emotional release and NLP was a game changer. It was a deep rooted trauma that came from past. It could be generational. And so once that was cleared out, I just was really able to step into my power and have confidence, and using all of these tools to get rid of anxiety and to get rid of depression and stuff, because you may think that you're in this stuck state for something totally different than what it really is. So doing a 2-day breakthrough session, that's really the deep dive that gets you the root cause.
I like that. A lot of times we gravitate towards the techniques that really worked well for us, that made a huge impact.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I mean, and you have like, it's such a different variety here, which I think probably helps you really customize what you're doing to your client. It's not just like this one size fits all type of approach.
Yes, that's exactly it. So when I meet with a client, I have a free clarity call. And during that hour, I get to know what their specific needs are. So each session is personalized to their needs. And I may show up with a client one day thinking, okay, this is what we're going to do. But then intuition and their needs that day may change. So we may have to do some somatic healing. So it's a personalized experience for sure.
Mm. You talked a little bit about your why, like I've been there, done that. That usually motivates people to do the work they're doing because they know what that struggle is like and they don't want other people to experience that. And besides like the customized experience, what does it look like to coach with you? And what I mean by that, I mean, are you mostly in person or can you do things through Zoom? You talked about a 2-day program. Is everything a 2-day program? Give us a snippet.
So it's best to do a 6-month coaching program. So I do offer breakthrough sessions, which is the 2-day breakthrough session, but I don't want to give a breakthrough session and say, okay, go about your way. So I like to sign my clients up for at least 6 months because the true transformation is going to happen in those 6 months. And I do have a center called Wellness at the Ranch in Acampo, California. So I do offer in person and Zoom. So right now I have a mix. I have some people who are local that do come and see me in person, and then I have clients on Zoom. But everybody is welcome. So it really just depends on what one's situation is and what they prefer. So having Zoom and in person is a good variety.
What are some of the things that people gain from working with you, kind of like that before and after?
Oh, yes, lots of confidence. So, confidence and passion, and just really knowing their worth. So, I have a lot of women who just feel stuck. They are maybe they went through a divorce or they're empty nesters and they just don't really know where to go on their next path. So, once we clear out all the baggage and the clutter, we put a plan together for them, and they feel so much lighter and they know their worth. They know what they're worthy of and they know what their purpose is. And I help them find their joy, their passion, whatever is going to get them up and light that spark in them every morning. So, yeah. Yeah.
Right. For anybody that's, worried because, 6 months is a fairly long time and there might be people concerned about, is this too long for me? Why is that nice working time for you?
So after a breakthrough session, I have a certain process that I follow, creating your future self and really the accountability, so if you're not fully ready to take those next steps, having an accountability partner is really important. So during the 6 months, it's so transformational that after that 6 month, you feel ready. But I have clients that have already renewed after 6 months. So I have clients that have been with me for a year. So it really just depends on the individual and what kind of support they need. And hey, you know what? If one comes in and they know personal growth and development and they've had coaches and they want a breakthrough session with maybe 3 months of coaching, I will offer that as well. So it really just depends on the individual and what they need to get that transformation.
Right, right.
I just want to say something. I'm a results-based coach. So my goal is to get you on your path the quickest we can. So it's whatever the individual needs because I want to get you on your way.
Hmm. What are some of the fears that people have when they come to you? Because when there's coaching in deep transformational work, I've found a lot of resistance. Like people like, oh yeah, I want to do this, but what are some of those like fears that you tackle? Like, or if anybody's listening to this and they're like, yeah, I really want to do this, but what would you say?
I would say that people work with people that they like and that they can trust. And coming here working with me is very confidential. And so having a free clarity call, the 1 hour call, really just we get to know each other to see if it's a good fit or not. And during the 2 day breakthrough, it's your fear is gone. Your fear is completely gone. So if you're on the fence and you're feeling a little worried or scared, just know that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and just to take that risk, because we have to be uncomfortable in order for us to grow. So we are not going to grow if we're comfortable. You got to push yourself, push your ceiling, and be uncomfortable, because that's when you're going to see massive transformation.
You said something earlier about generational trauma. And I think some people get confused between like, is this like my family? Are we talking about like past lives here? So can you just talk a little bit about what you mean by that?
Sure. So in mental emotional release, I do what is called timeline therapy. So in the unconscious, there's a lot of past experience and trauma, and all your memories are held in the unconscious mind. And this kind of goes back scientifically proven. And so it really just a belief. Depends on what you believe in. So when we're going through this deep dive MER session, it really just depends if you believe in past lives and if you do believe in generational. So it's an individual experience, it's a personalized experience, and I go with what one believes in. So generational healing, I do a lot of that. There could be I work with some individuals who have addiction, and that could go back to generational trauma with addiction. We put a stop to that and just get on, generational healing. Healing that next generation is so important.
That's really powerful. It's like even yeah, even like for people listening to this, like, I don't, we all have like traumas, big and small. But it's like I don't feel like I have addictions. I don't feel like I had anything like majorly traumatic happen to me. I mean, I'm very blessed in that way where it's holding me back. But I mean, this sounds lovely just to kind of even get over maybe some of the smaller things, like a tendency to always procrastinate. It's like, why is that happening? Even though you can't like recall a major thing, it seems like this would be so helpful just in some of those smaller habits that you want to stop as well.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because a lot of people think, well, I don't have any problems. I'm good. Well, we all have something. I still have to show up and work on myself every day. I have 3 coaches. So I work on myself every day so that I can be the best coach for you. But having it could be the littlest thing. So you don't have to have some trauma or PTSD or addiction. It could be, like you said, procrastination. What's keeping you in that stuck state? What is keeping you from procrastination to moving forward? And that is something that I work on with my clients as well. It could be something that's being held in the body, trapped energy. There's so much, and that would be a whole nother class. But if you want to, even if you have a goal, what if you have a health and fitness goal? There's 6 areas of life. So when a client comes in, they get to choose their area of life that they want to work on in order for them to get to that goal that we set. So it could be physical fitness, it could be personal growth and development, career, family, spirituality, and relationships. So it really just depends on what that individual needs. But like you had said, it could be a small goal just to get that push forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you mentioned confidence. I think especially for women, it's getting much better, but it has been instilled back to that generational thing that women are not as successful as men. They're like the secretaries, they're the homemakers, and what messages do we carry about that from our parents, from our grandparents, especially if you're older, and that feeling,
Exactly.
yeah, like am I worthy to be doing this? Am I worthy to be a successful business owner? And I feel like just that in itself, that sense of confidence and self-worth, having that is a game changer.
It is a game changer, and it was a big game changer for me. So I was operating from a place of baggage for years, and doing this healing work has really helped me step into my power and have so much confidence. And have two businesses. I have two successful businesses, and that is rewarding for me. And I want my girls to see that, and I want to help empower as many women as I can, so that they feel confident and know that they can be successful.
One of your tools is hypnosis, and I know there's a lot of misconceptions about that.
There is.
Yes. Can you touch on a couple of those? Because I bet when I was reading that, someone's like, "Oh, hypnosis.
Yeah.
She's gonna do things that I don't remember doing." And
No, you will never. Okay, so when I first got into this work, I was against it. I'm going to be 100% transparent with you. I was like, no, I don't believe in hypnosis. I will not have anything to do with hypnosis. And it is nothing like I expected it to be. And so you will never do anything that you don't want to do. And you see the hypnosis shows and all of that. You're never going to do anything that you don't want to do. And so when I do hypnosis work, I do hypnosis tracks. So when you do coaching with me, I personalize hypnosis tracks for you to listen to at night, and that helps rewire your subconscious mind. So it's like meditation and hypnosis. So it's nothing what people think it is. It's having these affirmations as you fall asleep at night. And that if you do this for 30 days, it really rewires your subconscious. I am worthy. I am loved. I am beautiful. I'm smart. I'm good enough to have a wealthy amount of abundance. And it has been a huge game changer for me. And I listen to my tracks every day, and so do my clients. And it's just nothing but really good results.
I'm glad you made that sound very, down to earth and practical, because I tell you that you're like hypnosis people are, picturing, like a carnival stage and people jumping around, like clucking like a chicken and barking like a dog. And it's like,
No, nothing like that. It's 100% positive. It's positive affirmations that you're rewiring your brain. Our brains are like computers. That's all it is.
And I love that combination of the NLP, the language, the mind, but also the somatic. I'm a firm believer myself in, the body stores trauma. It stores energy. And by working with both, you are really creating a comprehensive program. You're not just like dabbling at, parts of the body, parts of whatever the person's experiencing.
Yes, absolutely. And that's like, because on my healing journey and my transformation, I just use what worked for me. So somatic healing was amazing. So I'm like, okay, my clients are going to need this. So it's whatever. It's just, there's not one size fits all. It really is just whatever the individual needs. And that's why I'm here, is I want to just be your guide and help as many women. But I am seeing men now. So I do have men clients. And so I will not turn anybody away. Yep. We all need some type of coaching and accountability and transformation.
Well, your work in the world sounds lovely. So thank you so much for sharing it with us and for letting people know that it's there, it's here.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
You mentioned that you had a complimentary call or something for
It's a
people.
clarity call. Yes.
Okay. So if people want to reach out to you to either book that or get some more information, where should they go?
To my website, it's wellnessattheranch.com. Pretty easy. And you'll see all my classes that are on there. And then you'll see a free clarity call. So you can book the call. It's a 1-hour session where I'll coach you. And if it's a good fit, we'll talk about a personalized program to get you on your path to empowerment.
All right. I put that URL in the chat. It's Wellness at the Ranch. Do you have horses and goats and pigs?
Not yet. So looking at getting the goats. So I've got some fun things in the works, but it's very peaceful here. It's so peaceful, healing. It's confidential. It's quiet. So if you're looking for an in-person experience, I highly recommend. And if that doesn't align with you, we can do Zoom too.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, Shannon, for being here today and having this conversation with us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. So if you're watching this and this resonates, go to Shannon's website and book a call with her. And
Thank you.
meanwhile, we will see you at the next event or whenever.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.